that he stated that the priority of the World Health Organization, the WHO, is population control. So do not be deceived by this. You know, they usually will. You heard a lot about the eugenicists and their ideology a moment ago. And then the guy who was the first director general of the WHO, which is called the World Health Organization. You think it was established for health? Well, we all thought so when we were ignorant, until we started learning some more and discovered that what their publicly stated goals are very different from their agenda. You just heard it. That he stated that the priority of the World Health Organization, the WHO, is population control. You just heard it. Before this man is called Dr. George Brook Chisholm, as his name, the first Director General of the WHO. He began working on the idea for the establishment of the WHO from 1945. In 1948, he became the first Director General. A year before then, he stated that the weaponization of biology was important for nations. I'm not quoting him there. It's the substance of what he said. Because he praised the idea of nations weaponizing bacterial, how did they call it? Bacteriology. Can you imagine that? And that is the study and the use of bacteria as weapons of war. So you're dealing this is before he became the Director General. Yes. Never stopped the idea and was more of an atheist because he condemned religion in its totality at his old age. So you ask yourself, if that kind of a guy was the one who became the first Director General of the WHO and worked on its establishment from the beginning. So, what is the WHO? What is it? What might it be? Let me read to you what I just mentioned to you.
Alright, my family, there you have it with the first part of the video. We are not yet done, as the man of God is going to expose more. But I just wanted to let you know something. Alright, this is one of the reasons why, alright, they want to shut the man of God, Pastor Chris, up. Alright, because he's exposing their agendas. They are even wondering where Pastor Chris gets some information from. Alright, but that is why we must keep praying for the man of God, Pastor Chris, for what he's doing, for standing the gap and speaking out like this. What Pastor Chris is doing, it's only God that knows, guys. Alright, because he's exposing a lot of your agenda. So the next part of the video which we are going to be watching, and Pastor Chris is going to be exposing, alright, reading to us what was being written in the name of this man that was part of the foundation of the WHO. I told you I'll bring this video. Alright, because you got to watch this, guys. So before we dive into the next part of the video, if this is your first time on my channel, just kindly hit the subscribe button, subscribe, and if you haven't liked the video, hit the like button, like to this video, guys. I'll see you immediately after this video.
Germ warfare, okay? Bacteriological warfare. He told a meeting. Now, this was written in praise of him, just so you understand, okay? But I can elicit certain things from here. Bacteriological warfare, he told a meeting, as quote, a meeting of teachers in Toronto in 1947, promotes any little group of people or any little nation to a degree of proficiency in offensive warfare, which makes it a competitor of any other greater nations. And then he told them, it is obsolete now to gauge a nation's war strength by its capacity to produce aluminium, guns, tanks, and so on, end quote. All right? So here's a long article here following his death. This article was written February 5th, 1971, following his death. So we should not be deceived by, when you're told about the United Nations holding a meeting, a general conference, or the World Health Organization holding a meeting. Don't be deceived by their Hegelian dialectical. I know that you might be. Sometimes we listen to them. And they say that they want to help solve problems. Their dialectical interlocutions have nothing to do with problem solving. They don't solve problems. They create them. They create them. I'm going to read a few verses to you. Just remember, they as part of their deception, they declared war on free speech, a war which they lost before it started. Because this is not their time. After we've gone, which will not be by their order, we go when Jesus sounds the trumpet. So just in case they hear us talk about when we go, and they say, okay, now we're going to engineer, you're going. It's not by your engineering, it is by the trumpet of the Lord. The Bible says we gather unto him. All right? So we gather unto him. Not by you engineering our departure. This world is ours, for your information. We're the only ones with the rights to the earth. If you don't know, we're the seed of Abraham. There is a document that shows that the whole world was willed to Abraham. Nobody else has claims to this world. Only Abraham and his seed, according to the Bible. And this book cannot lie. So we have legal claims. So don't think for a moment. I mean, think about it. Think about it. If some people can gather together, we just talked about the WHO and how they started, okay, how they came together, how they formed it, and this guy, Dr. George Brooke Chisholm, was one of those who helped to put everything together, and they made him the first Director General. Okay? All right. Then we have those who started the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab. Okay? And his disciples. And then you have the United Nations on the side. They use all these big names, world, nations, all these things. Even the previous one, the League of Nations. So, they came from their homes and they organized. And just a few people in the whole world. And they got some other people to agree with them, and they are all few people. All right? What stops other people from also doing the same? And that's what happened in the world at a certain time. And so you have the polarization of the world, because you got some on the one side, maybe with China. China says, oh, we're big. We can decide for ourselves. Russia says we can decide for ourselves. Iran says we can decide for ourselves. And then you come up with others, North Korea, we can decide for ourselves. Everyone. So it's like survival of the fittest, which is in the world's jungle justice. So that's exactly what they're practicing, because nobody gave them the authority that they're wielding. If you were elected into office, there was supposed to be an agreed constitution to follow. But you're not following that. And that's when we say the deep states, we're talking about non-state actors who don't play by the rules. And they are the ones I told you about it. When you hear politicians or non-politicians or those from the deep state, when they use the term the rule of law, I told you, don't think they're referring to the rule of the Constitution. What you think they mean is not what they mean. They know you are thinking about the rule of law as to what the Constitution states. That's not what they think. What they mean is that they are the law. The rule of law means the rule of the most powerful. That's what they mean when they say that the world must be governed by the rule of law. The question is, who is the law? Don't say what is the law, because they say they are the law. You're thinking what? They are thinking who. So whatever they say is what they claim must stand. If you disagree with them, then you're an outlaw. Well, we have news for them. They've been deceived for a long time. They're deceiving themselves. This world doesn't belong to them like you think. maybe they should be more acquainted with the story of David and Goliath. The biggies don't always win. Just remember that. And all the army of Egypt got lost because they were in pursuit of little Israel that just went out to serve God. They went to the Red Sea by the power of God, and Egypt went after them with the power of Satan, and they were drowned with their chariots. Hasn't changed. Hasn't changed. Just a reminder.
Alright, my family, there you have it with the man of God by person of the highly esteemed Reverend Dr. Chris Oyalhilome, DSC, DD. How I love the man of God, Pastor Chris. Alright, just like I said in the middle of the video, I did mention that, Pastor Chris is exposing them like this, their agendas. You can imagine the people, right from our childhood, we believe that these are the people that are watching out for our health. Meanwhile, the reason why the organization was established in the first place was actually to deal with people, to eliminate people. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when the man of God is talking like this, exposing these evil agendas of the deep state, all right, I'm wondering, why will people think this kind of a thing? Why would somebody think of killing another person? All right, it can only be the devil working in them to do it. All right, because this agenda, imagine wanting to reduce the population. The world is more than 8 billion people in the world, and you are wanting to reduce the population of the world to 500 million. Jesus, right? See, a lot of things are really going on in the world. And all I can say is this, that we all have to be prepared for the rapture, because the coming of the Lord is really so close. All right, that's all I can just keep reminding you guys that are watching my videos. Just keep preparing for the coming of the Lord. Order your life, order your family. All right, the time is really short. Like the man of God, Pastor Chris, said, all right, it is very close, extremely close. All right, extremely close. All right, I'll be bringing in another video from the man of God, Prophet Ubertangel, as he shares some things that, oh my goodness, it will blow your mind. All right, it will really blow your mind, guys. So for those of you coming newly to my channel, just kindly hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Then if you have not liked the video, please hit the like button, like to this video, guys, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye.